Hello everyone, Roberto here for another video review. This time with McVitie's Jaffa Cakes mini rolls. So basically, if you've had Cadbury's mini rolls before, you'll probably know what to expect. It's basically a Jaffa Cake mini roll, and for those of you not, once you had Jaffa Cakes before, you'll definitely know what to expect as well. So basically, Jaffa Cakes, those of you who don't know, are sort of like a, well, they are a cake, basically, a bit sort of like a spherical flying saucer-ish shaped biscuit or cake, well, cake. Basically, sort of like a very fluffy bottom layer with a sort of jammy jelly centre, or jello if you're American. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold coming on, so my voice is coming and going, so I do apologise. Yeah, basically, so it has a sort of centre covered in chocolate, really. So not sure if I've got, there's an actual example on here of a Jaffa cake. But yeah, so basically this is their sort of mini roll version of that. So yeah, and it's called a cake because I think they did a test. I think they were trying to, for tax purposes, biscuits were taxed or something like that. So they had to try and prove that a Jaffa cake wasn't a biscuit. And I think the gist of it was a biscuit will go soft if you leave it out, whereas a cake will go hard. And a Jaffa cake goes hard when you leave it out. So that's the difference between a cake and a biscuit, apparently. Amongst other things, perhaps, but that was the how they managed to prove it for tax purposes. So there we go. Yeah. So basically, so to get 6 of these sort of mini rolls in here, this is what they look like essentially, but they're covered in chocolate on the edge. That's the sort of cross section of it. So you can see the orange sort of peel here. The Jaffa cake, I think Jaffa orange is a sort of brand of orange, aren't they? So that's probably where it gets its name from. I think it's a place, is it, in the Middle East? Yeah, so there we go. There we are. Yeah. So it says here, a twirl-tastic blend of luscious, dark, crackly chocolate, scrumptious light sponge and smashing orangey swirl. So there we go. No artificial colours or flavours, individually wrapped. There we are. Yes, lovely. And it's a swirly Jaffa tornado there as well, just for effect. Okay, there we are. Very nice. So yeah, as I say, so you basically got this mix of Jaffa cake and mini roll. It's fusion, I guess you would say. So quite nice packaging. You see it's got the blue and the orange of Jaffa cake, which is basically what you get for those cake bars, cake biscuits, cakes, whatever they are. There's the guy. There you go. It's got like some kind of care line to contact if you're not happy with the products. I mean, you know, it sounds like you're under a lot of stress, you know, by not liking them. But we've got a website, 123healthybalance.com. There you go. So I don't know, just don't eat them. I think if you're trying to be too healthy, but there you are. So we go. So well, again, see my voice is going. I think I'll have to. Yeah. Oh dear. Yes. Hopefully I'll make it through this review. Fingers crossed. So per cake, 99 calories. There are 2.7 grams of fat, 1.5 of which are saturates. So there we go. And there's different ones here. It says, have you tried cake bars as well? So a Jaffa cake bar, and the big one as well. So it looks like a. Yeah, it says find us in the cake aisle as well. It says just to prove that it's a cake. So there we go. So to me, these are kind of cake bars. But yeah, I guess there's some slight difference. But let's give them a open anyway. So we'll get a tray up in here, similar to the mini rolls. Mini rolls are a bit similar, but they have a cream centre rather than this Jaffa cake centre, and I think they have, rather than a sort of vanilla sponge, have a chocolate sponge as well. Well, there are variants of it where you can get a jam centre and vanilla sponge. So here we go, we've got 6 of them here in this little bed. There's a bit of space though at the end. Imagine you need to give some space just for, so not all squashed together, but yeah, I don't know, is that too much space? There you decide, but obviously quite compact on the height wise, so not too bad. Okay, so move these away. So we have one left. Here we go. So yeah, quite nice. So the packaging is quite good. It keeps consistent and it's quite nice and colourful, even like this. So it's probably for a kid's lunchbox. Generally, this not massively big bar, but I think it's probably big enough. Yeah, quite like that. Normally, when you've got these multi packs, the inside one is usually a bit blandly packaged, but this one you can see it's pretty much got the full packaging. There's all the details and stuff, just as much as the main box really. The care line, the sort of the description here, the twirl-tastic blend of luscious dark chocolate or whatever it is. Yeah, That's not bad. So let's give it an open. So let's see. I'll give it a. So after all that, it's quite small. Let's give it a measure. Do it at the bottom. About 7 centimeters width-wise. It's like a lopsided circle there, you probably would say. But roughly the width is roughly edgewise about 3 centimeters, plus or minus a couple of millimeters. And the height is about 2.9. Sorry, no, 2.4. Sorry, 2.4 centimeters. There we go. And quite nice to smell from it. Nice orangey smell. So you can see there it is covered in chocolate at the edge. So you might not be able to know that immediately from that. You'd think it was not chocolate covered at the edge because of these examples on the packaging, but it is. Both sides. So you can see as well, it's kind of a sort of not quite a half circle, a bit more than a half circle, but but flat at the bottom. There's sort of like dots there. I don't know what those are for. Let's give it a cut in half. So there you go. You can see a bit of swirlage. Not too bad. Quite swirly. Obviously, if I had a very sharp knife, maybe it would come out just like that. But not quite as much swirl as it's made out there. I think definitely the swirlage is not quite as swirled as that. You've got a big swirl there. You've really just got a sort of maybe a small swirl at the bottom, which might be where these dots are for, actually, where the swirl kind of touches the bottom, perhaps. Yeah, but definitely not. It's like a sort of like an N shape, isn't it? Really, when it comes into the bottom, not really like that shape at all. But still, you're getting quite a lot of middle there. I don't think you're getting less middle than is implied from the picture. It's just not quite as swirly. But we can probably let off that, maybe. Okay, let's raise ourselves up. There we are. You can see me now. Hello. See the microphone there as well. Yeah. So let's give it a taste. Well. You definitely get that Jaffa Cake taste from the orange. It tastes very similar, actually. That's quite impressive. It's very much like a Jaffa Cake, actually. Well, the texture is different, but the taste is very much the same. I'll say the texture is different. It isn't really. It just means certain places it is, because you don't get that sort of jammy, orangey centre, but you get the taste. The sponge tastes very much like the cake of the Jaffa Cakes. Yeah. It's quite impressive, really. It does taste very much like a Jaffa Cake, but does beg the question, what's the point? It tastes pretty much identical. There's very little difference. Yeah, I don't know what the point is then. It's nice. It's a different way to have a Jaffa Cake, and it tastes quite nice. It's a bit different, but as I say, but the taste and the textures are very similar to a Jaffa Cake. I mean, maybe slightly different. This is probably a bit softer, a bit more spongy. The actual Jaffa Cake is the sponge on that's a bit sort of harder on the bottom of the Jaffa Cake. It's a bit harder, but not overly so. I mean, it's replicated here by the chocolate shell, which is kind of gives that sort of, it's not really hard, but that sort of shell to break through, but it's not really much of a shell. A bit like the Jaffa Cake bottom as well. So yeah, I don't know. It tastes very similar really. I don't know what to say really. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. You'd think it'd be slightly different. I mean, well, I guess it is slightly different. It's not exactly the same, but it's very, very, very close to tasting just like a Jaffa Cake. I'm not sure what to say. I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing, really. I think it's rather pointless in that respect. I think it's still nice. Just a different variation, a different way of eating a Jaffa Cake, perhaps. Maybe just a bit more convenient to put in a lunchbox or something. I don't really know. But I think if you're expecting Jaffa Cakes, you won't be disappointed. It very much does taste like them. It has all the same... I'd say there is a slight difference, but not really. The taste is pretty much the same. The texture seems to be the same, pretty much. As you're chewing it, I mean, I guess when you have that initial bite of a Jaffa Cake or whatever, it might taste slightly different, but once it's in your mouth and you're chewing it, it's pretty much the same, to be honest with you. I think yeah, very little difference. So good and bad for that. Good because you get what you expect, but bad because it's exactly the same. So pretty much, so a bit pointless, I think. But yeah, I think nice. 3, 4 out of 5. Not really sure what to say. That's a bit underwhelming because, as I say, it's so similar. But by the same token, maybe that's what you want. So I don't know. I don't know how to rate it as a result of that. Really, I think I could take or leave it, really, because, as I say, it's would I just prefer to have Jaffa Cakes? Possibly, but then the taste so similar. Does it matter? I don't know. So I think I'll go with 4 out of 5. I think they do taste really nice, and they do, as I say, the what it's based on, they really do. They really do a good job of replicating that taste, but perhaps too well. There's not much difference between them, so maybe it's a bit pointless. And I've just noticed as well, actually, I didn't notice it before, but may as well point it out now. Just the eye on the mini rolls actually has a swirl in from the centre, which is just a nice little touch. So there we go. Just noticed that. So you know what I mean. So you can see the swirl here, and then swirl in the eyes. There we go. On the dots on the eyes. And even actually here as well, the O as well. Look at that. Yeah. In fact, the whole thing's meant to be swirls, isn't it? I guess. There we go. But particularly the O's and the dots on the eye. There we go. Okay, nice touches, I guess. Right, okay, well, hope you enjoyed that review. Remember to subscribe to my videos, and I'll see you next time. On Instagram as well, of course. Take care, everyone. Bye for now. See ya.